And we're live. Hello, hello. Did a bit of prep before stream. I got some stuff ready to go. I'm hoping that this brig over at Lone Cove doesn't fuck us over. We'll deal with it if we have to. But I wanted to show something off related to the Reapers and some of the new stuff from this season that recently came out. Shipwrecks have gotten a bit of a buff, and we might get a new type of loot here known as kingly loot. In addition to the Reaper chest that's here, I figured while I'm in the area, may as well. Is this a barnacle chest? No, it's a regular ashen chest. I do not care. This is a certainly a weird start to stream, if there ever was one. But I just saw this here and I thought, you know what? I was just gonna sail to Reapers to start off stream, but this probably makes more sense. Bronze Pondy. I think I've actually sold all of those. I don't need that one. But we've got a crate of immaculate diamonds, which is kingly merchant loot. There is a Ashen King's bounty skull. Ooh. So you can get these loot types from shipwrecks, as well as from skeleton orders dropped by skeleton captains. It is I. Welcome on in, T-Dot. How are you tonight? They also made a lot of core changes to the way that skeleton captains, Ashen Guardians, all that, how all those work. Keymasters no longer spawn outside of forts. Ashen Guardians now drop a key alongside the orders that allow you to get a Ashen chest. They're also extremely common on islands now. It's kind of like a 50-50 between a captain and a Ashen Guardian. Welcome on in, Russell. I'm doing all right. It's been a weird week at work, but and that's the main reason why I'm streaming earlier than I normally would on a weekday, because normally my shifts end at 10. But what else? And yeah, anything you pick up from skeleton orders is guaranteed to be on the same island as where you picked it up. And sometimes messages in a bottle can lead you to a treasure chest full of crowns, which I think also counts as kingly loot, but it doesn't share the same diamond theme. Brig's still chilling. They might be doing a tall tale or something. I think they also have a is that an emissary? No, that's an alliance flag, I think. Hard to tell at this distance. But what's nice, so although we didn't get a barnacle chest, that would have been annoying anyway, because we'd have to take that to the gold hoarders. This stuff, you know, for the kingly loot, you can surprise collab. Don't worry about that. You can sell the kingly loot to whoever, and it all accounts toward the commendations. So this actually worked out rather fortuitously. So now we are going to head off to Reapers. So basically, hitting up sunken ships for Reaper chests and Reaper's bounties has become much more profitable, because now you can get kingly loot, you can get different kinds of fish, barnacle chests. Really just a good time all around. And unfortunately, we are going to be sailing into the wind. Thank you very much. I try. Not always. I'm not always at the top of my game, but I do like to be particular with my phrasing. All right, so we got a Pondy and an Amber Plentifin. So the Pondy. Oh no, Bronze Pondy. That's good stuff. Nice. I also forget if I've streamed since they added the second pan to all the ships, but that's there. So I did some stuff recently during the recent community weekend. I got to Distinction 1 with Reaper's Bones, which is the new another new thing from this season. You can now get every faction except for Hunter's Call up to 100. Athena's Fortune now levels up like a standard faction. And much like with guilds, once you reach 100, you basically prestige and you get a distinction. And that allows you to unlock rings that can be put on either of your fingers, assuming that you're not wearing gloves. So let me just take these off real quick. So I've got the Reaper's Bones Ring of Distinction 1. But I personally like the Trader's Gloves. They also changed dramatically how voyages work. I talked about that during the Tall Tale stuff, but we'll maybe do a raid or something before we switch over to Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Because captain voyages are not a thing, that shelf is now used for placing trinkets. We should be... That's Reapers, right? Yeah. All the good scritches. There you go. The foxes are super cute. I was thinking of getting a cat, but I do already have the Lodestar cat, so I thought a fox would be super fun. I wanted to name it something significant, so I named it after Dragon Foxy. And I will say, hopefully we can see it. The fox is like one of the most adorable, like idle animations. Welcome in, Cthulhos. Oh, not that one. You also have some fun animations when you're holding them, like they'll yawn. Let's see if we can get that. The circle of life. Alright, Foxy isn't tired. I'll let them roam the ship. What do we got here? Storage crate and some gold hoarder loot. Ah, yep, there we go. I love that animation. It's super cute. Just the way they curl up. It was fun. I was actually playing with Foxy the other day, and we were just kind of watching Foxy Jr. move around the ship and curl up in different locations, like beside the stove, beside the helm, etc. I know this is not the ideal location for selling. I don't care. We aren't gonna need our ship. If that sloop over there decides to come take our shit, it's fine. I will at least just stop it from sinking. Sploosh. Let's quickly sell all this, shall we? So there is I'm trying to get the eye patch of fortune or whatever it's called. It's like a sapphire and gold eye patch that you get for selling Reaper chests and Reaper bounties. May as well. So that's something that I've been doing a lot recently. Woo. But for those with eagle eyes out there, you may have noticed that I've reached 100 with a certain special something. Well, not just the normal Reaper faction, but the Servants of the Flame PvP faction as well. So, we're going to be getting, I believe we're getting a new CCNG that we'll be able to use to unlock a new hideout and undergo the Ritual of the Flame. And if it's not as cool as the Athena's Fortune ritual, then it will be dubbed the Ritual of the Lame, as per the stream title. Kind of wish there was a title for visiting shipwrecks or selling kingly loot. Best you get from that is you get, I think, the Cartographer's Cutlass or something like that. It doesn't look bad, but kind of partial to my existing Cutlass, you know? There's also been this thing for a few seasons, the Orb. It would like to speak with us. The witches who toy with our ancient enchantments are forced to stray from their limited approach. The one called Olga meddles with fortune-telling powers she does not truly comprehend. And while this order of interlopers adapts to our master's return, we must also undergo transformation to serve him best. Apparently, content later this year is going to involve Flameheart, so I'm guessing that ties into that. Alright, so I'm assuming that this is a talk prompt rather than a promotion situation. Yeah.
Pledge your loyalty to the flame.
Welcome, true pirate. I trust you are still as free as the sea, as fierce as the flame.
Except the shanty of flame.
You have served us well, pirate, it is true. Burned a pathway through those Athena's fools. You are a loyal reaper and a servant champion of the flame. There is but one last gift we can bestow upon you, if you have the stomach for it. It is time to descend to hear the voice of the flame. Perhaps my father, too.
Soon.
Accept this shanty and you may open up the pit.
May the flame burn.
Access to the Reaper's Lair granted. Where's the shanty? Hello? It's that shanty of flame, right? Huh?
My father's plans near completion.
I'm a warrior of the flame and have performed the ritual. I haven't, but sure. How else may I serve the flame? Did it really bug on us and not give us the shanty?
Victory is at hand.
Well, cool. Am I missing something? Hold on. Hmm. So apparently you do need to have all the promotions. Hmm. Oh, apparently it's an existing one, according to somebody. It's just been upgraded. It is Who Shall Not Be Returning. Apparently. I don't know. Bye-bye! So there's some dwarves down here. Let's go with that instead of some other choice words. I think it'd be really fun to have somebody come by here and just stumble down the fucking hole. Now the elevator does go back up automatically after a little bit. So there's only oh, hello. It's those guys from the Shores of Gold. Was it Heart of Fire, maybe? Welcome to the Bone Zone. Oh, hi, Foxy. So I don't know what all is down here. I have been here before, actually, off stream. I palled around with somebody for a day, and they were able to show me this. Okay. And that's how you can teleport back to the ship quickly. Because otherwise it takes a long time. Because you can hear the elevator going back up. You gotta crank the lever. And then you have to wait for it to come back down. And then you take it all the way back up. Oh, there's a box of mysterious secrets here. I actually got one of those during the community weekend through a pop-up plunder. Basically, every few hours, you would get a notification that the pop-up plunder is available. And the Sea of Thieves Twitter account would post a silhouette of an island and maybe a hint to the location of the treasure on said island. Basically, you just wait until people mention like, oh, it's this island and, you know, here's where we found it. And then you go there and it can be a bunch of good stuff. It can be a chest of mysterious secrets. Can be a chest of fortune, chest of legends, ashen chest of legends, chest with 3 breaths of the sea, chest with 3 pieces of treacherous plunder, which is basically like a rare failure state when you fish without bait. That you do eventually need to get 50 of for the to max out the hunter's call. That's going to be a long grind. There are methods to shorten that grind, but it's still a long time. And also, you can get an Ashen Key, which does not count as treacherous plunder, which is bullshit. The other day I got 3 of those, like almost sequentially, and I was really upset because it could have been literally anything else, and that would have been like amazing. What else can it be? Let me just remind myself. I feel like I got all the things it can be. I mentioned in my server. Oh yeah, you can also get a grade 5 flag. For any faction. Merchants being probably the best one, just because most merchants will do when like a lost shipment, they'll get to grade 5 and then they'll hand it in, because every time you do that voyage, you get a grade 5. So no reason to sail around with an active grade 5 emissary flag as a merchant.
I'm hoping you've sunk a great many enemy ships.
He is humorous. Are you? That's what you do here, funny. That is his name, not a disposition. He is no comedian. He is the emissary. Alright. It's deadly serious, huh? Where are all these other skeletons? The Tavern Keeper, the Two-Headed Chronicler. And the Bonesmith. 2 heads, a whole mouth, hammer and anvil. The Tavern Keeper, Tibia. Alright, guys.
Sink more ships, plunder, and return.
What else we got here? So it sounds like we're looking for at least 3 other NPCs. Howdy. Ah, this is the Bonesmith.
Have you brought me my delivery of bits, bones, and bird beaks? Oh, I do love new toys.
Okay. Ah, yes. Okay, we're gonna come back here in a minute. So basically, compared to the
Again. I can feel it in my bones, you might say.
the Curse of Fortune, or whatever the fuck it's called, that just turns you green. The Skeleton Curse does not carry forward any of your cosmetics. And there are different skeleton cosmetics that you can specifically purchase there. And this is the Chronicler. Howdy.
The fight goes well, and we bid you the warmest salutations. Warm because of all the burning.
What do you do? Just note down really angsty thoughts all day? Ah, it's proper cushy. Okay, so you do nothing. Oh, they watch Twitch. They watch Twitch and they take notes. Those stats on the battle actually are supposed to change in response to like how many fights are being won and lost in recent times. And there's also apparently a place where you can see like Reaper and Athena's Fortune ships, like toy ships.
Return to us when you wish to hear more about our magnificent triumph.
Ah, here we go. Yeah, this is the table.
Burning ships in the morning.
But currently it's just 3 versus 3. And then there's the tavern somewhere. Ah, here we go. Cool. Howdy. What up? Wonder if those are made of ivory. Be a little ironic. Oh, hello, Tibia.
Greetings, Dark Pirate. Welcome to the party.
Skeleton tavern keeper. That's new. How do you hold the grog? I find it interesting that the skeletons also refer to themselves as skellies.
Ooh.
It's not like a racist thing.
Ooh.
I don't know why they're getting indignant. Fuck. Trying to say indignant with audio monitoring is rough. It's like you'd feel like you'd be proud that there is a curse that can like make more people to the cause instead of taking offense. It's like, no, I've always been a skeleton. I've never been flesh. You can't prove it. Need special skelly brews. Skinny Skelly's bony brew. All right. Emaciated Emily's ember enema. Excuse me? Fermented mixture of Capston's courage and Ramsay's ravage. And then Flameheart's old peculiar. So Ramsay is the pirate lord. I don't know why they stock that at all.
Come back. And
I'll get
see
some Skelly
old
grog.
Tibia soon.
Cheers, man. Whoop. Ah. Does that not? We'll experiment with that on our way out. I thought that was an instant kill, but I suppose not. Keep up the good work, man. No one come down here. This is some Dark Souls shit. I'm curious about the lore of the tree, honestly. Was this evil, like, amber-ridden tree? Also, this is... Ah, the goop. Come. Play in the goop. Oh. Nope. Nope. They cannot go in the goop. But, we can. There we go. Bye-bye. Oh, interesting. When you sleep, your pet sleeps too. That's cute. Ah, okay, yeah. This is... Okay, so it's the sap from the tree that turns you into a skeleton. Interesting. Alright, time to get crunk. Voice of the flame.
You should kneel to me.
What does the voice of the flame do? Conduit for flame fire. Okay, so... Did I just say flame fart by accident? That's great. Okay, so he is the leader of the Reapers. I wasn't... For some reason, I thought he was something else. Because, like, the skeleton lords were a thing, and they worshipped Greymarrow. I don't know if Greymarrow was, like, subordinate to Flameheart, or... But isn't that the skeleton curse? If you're proud of the curse, why do you wear a mask? Big bone. Well, if we become a skeleton ourselves, we can perceive them. I perceive you. What is your plan with the Reapers? Alright. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be less of a celebration.
Again at your peril.
No, they do talk. Never mind. I forgot already. This is the hissing was... I like those boots. Those are kind of rad. I'm not sure how I feel about your posture. But I suppose if you're all bones, you don't really have to worry too much. Alright.
At last, your courage and ambition have led you to me. Better still, you have scorched a path through the Pirate Lord's allies to stand before us now. The Sea of Thieves is no place for childish dreams of adventure and prosperity. It is a realm meant for the true freedom of the pirate life. There are those who need reminding of their place in this world, as our prey. Your loyal service to the Flame has been noticed, and your unending enthusiasm has been thoroughly enjoyed. Now it is time for you to give yourself, body and soul, to him.
My soul, but I need that.
Begin the affirmation of the Flame. Our king seeks to restore the natural order of the waves. And create a world where the weak, once again, fear the strong. He is the rightful ruler of the Sea of Thieves. He shall show us the path to true freedom and bestow his might upon us. And soon, we shall reign as pirates for all eternity. We pledge our unending allegiance to the Flame, with countless vessels sunk in our wake, charting a course of fire and fury. We offer our hearts as tribute to you.
It's like the Sea of Thieves Church of Satan.
Our unending allegiance to the Flame, with countless vessels sunk in our wake, charting a course of fire and fury. We offer our hearts as tribute to you. We pledge our unending allegiance to the Flame.
Bottoms up.
With countless vessels sunk in
All right.
wake, charting a course of
Get ready to cheer, everyone. Chug, 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 chug. Oh, damn, that's some potent stuff. All right. Here we go. Let's celebrate. Aw. Here you go, Foxy. Here you go. I've become dinner. Do foxes chew on bones? Probably. How do you think they'd taste? Hmm? Not interested? Alright.
You should kneel to me.
Alright.
Leave me now.
So now we have really loud footsteps, but we do have curse emotes. We got the skeleton dance. Probably showed those off before for the ghost curse, right? It's just a series of emotes that uses the skeleton lord's staff. Skeleton make friends. Skeleton wave. It's really awkward. Skeleton sleep. Yeah, they don't have to worry about posture, do they? I don't like that. Skeleton cheer. That's fun. That's kind of like the shadow skeleton reaction to light. No, skeleton point. Eh. Yeah, they definitely struggle to keep anything straight. All right, let's see if we can get some cosmetics. Now, I do know that some of them are tied behind further PvP grinding. I might go as far as 130 on another weekend, but for all intents and purposes, I don't have to grind anymore. The achievement was the most important part. Bonesmith was over here? Yeah. Smith me up, Boney.
You look like you need working on. Bones and all.
Right. And then, look at this. Artiste.
Oh.
You know, he's saying that size doesn't matter. Whether you're big boned or small.
Hey.
Alright. What can we get here? So we could get a mask. I don't like that. We could get a little hat. We could get some pants. And we could get that. Well, it's better than nothing. Yeah, reputation level 100 in Reaper's Bones. This is something that he just added. May as well. May as well get some clothes. Yeah, Servants of the Flame. So these are just different bone colors. Some of these you just want to complete. See, that looks pretty cool, but I'm not gonna play that much PvP. And certainly not that. Yeah. That's kind of fun. That one's alright. Fear to No Ghost. Ghostbusters reference. Nice. Well, that one's kind of cool. A little trippy. I like that, actually. A lot. That was also cool, but again, Allegiance. Skeletal skirt. 120. Oh, that one's fun. You have a little cannon as a peg leg. But again, 180. That's not happening. Yeah, all the really cool ones are locked behind the oh, double peg leg. All right, that's fun. Well, that was kind of cool. The swag shorts with a little gold. That was cool too. And again, locked behind faction allegiance. Yo. Okay, this, but with the second head, that would be pretty cool. Oh, I like that too. Oh, but 190. God damn it. The barrel's pretty cool too. Oh, I like 130. That's another cool one. Again, locked by more PvP. That was pretty rad. All right.
We'll meet again. I can feel it in my bones, you might say.
Is it under clothing? Yeah, okay. May as well deck ourselves out, right? How do we look? I'm not sure if I like the shirt. It's either the shirt or the hat. That's not doing it for me. What if we take off the hat? Now we just look like Sans. Sure. Why not? Boop. And we're back. Alright. So, let's go play in the lava. Okay, that's just damage over time. It's not like the tall tale lava. This little bath. Curious if it respawns you down here or back on your ship. Hey, okay. Sure. Can't emote in the fire. I suppose, you know, Dragon Foxy is at home in that environment. It does put us back on our ship. So I'll be honest, I did not have a particular plan for doing like a particular voyage, but this is basically what they've done. You no longer have to go to individual factions to purchase voyages. They're now all free, and you just select them from this this voyage select screen. They've done a lot more to like give you an idea of like how long particular voyages might be. They've done some rebalancing. And now there are different raid voyages. So you can still find events that will spawn in the world. However, nowadays, most of them are going to be spawned by players, where basically you can dive to another server and the loot of that event will be converted to loot for your particular faction. Now, unfortunately, this has had some negative effects in that skeleton forts used to give you one or two either humble or generous gifts. The raid forts do not. So that's something that I'm hoping that they add back in, because since they've also made all the skeleton orders be kingly loot, Reaper chests, Reaper bounties, or supply crates. Supply crates that usually have garbage supplies in them. I haven't gotten any fish out of any of them. You can't get gifts from skeleton orders either. So now basically the only way to get gifts anymore is through the Fort of Fortune if one happens to spawn, and that is not a raid that you can do. You can do sea forts, shrines and treasuries, an Ashen Lord, skeleton forts, skeleton fleets, and you can spawn a Burning Blade armada if you don't want to do a ghost ship battle. And if you want to fight ghost ships but get other faction loot, I guess. This is the kind of the weird thing. Order of Souls has kind of ended up in a weird spot where as a bit of mercy, you can just get skeleton lord voyages now, and they'll just you'll fight a few waves of skeletons, and then instead of a captain, it's a skeleton lord, which is nice because previously you would fight them at Skeleton Forts, and the Fort of the Damned only, and then Ashen Lords would be at Forts of Fortune. But yeah, Order of Souls is in a weird position. Also, medleys suck because you end up getting a Ghost Ship Voyage, and the return on those is terrible. It takes so long to do them, and you just get a couple skulls. They're really not worth the time. So Order of Souls is in a bad position right now, in my opinion. Merchants also in a weird space in that they've been vastly improved. However, things much like the accommodations tied to the gifts. I should also mention doing a skeleton fort, oddly enough, even a raid one, will still give you a rag and bone crate guaranteed every single time, which is weird that you can't get gifts from them anymore then. But so you can still see in the merchant contracts like gunpowder kegs, fruit crates, cannonball crates, a wood crate is probably in there somewhere. You don't actually get those anymore. I may have complained previously about how fruit crate deliveries could only be gotten from torn parchments in barrels, mysterious journals that spawn on islands, and messages in a bottle. Well, torn parchments are gone. And so rarely you will get gunpowder kegs and fruit crates in a message in a bottle if you're honestly unlucky. And then there's mysterious journals, which don't give you kingly loot, so there's no point to do them unless you get a gunpowder keg or a fruit crate, which is now the only way you can do either of those, of which there are 2 achievements: 100 gunpowder keg deliveries and 50 fruit crates. I'm hoping that they just make it so that they no longer have to be delivered quote unquote delivered, and then quote unquote on time are the specific things that require them to be deliveries, and not just simply selling fruit crates and gunpowder kegs. Also, for those who want to complete all the commendations, doing the same thing for cannonball and wood crates would be a really good idea, I think. But now these contracts are focused solely on animals, and they have made it we'll do one. We'll do a quick dive because honestly, the frustrating thing is you would start up a merchant voyage. You would have to go to the merchant emissary on the outpost that you're at. Or if you deploy a voyage, you would have to go to your nearest outpost, then collect the animal cages from them. If you lost the animal cages along the way, then you're kind of shit out of luck. And then you would have to sail to a random island and hope that that island has the type of animals being requested on it, and collect the necessary animals and then bring them back to sell them at a merchant. I did choose to dive, right? Did I? I guess so. There we go. Whee! So now the way that they work is you don't have to dive to them. But you will be told, hey, go to this island. You go there and there will be crates for the animals. And hi. Hello. So this apparently happens when you're diving at the same time as other players. You see other people floating in this shared space, which is a little weird. So yeah, you go to an island, the animal crates are there, and that island is guaranteed to have the animals that you've been contracted to catch. Why am I in the vicinity of a fortress? We need a golden snake and a blue dappled snake at Booty Isle. Ditto would be happy if he were here. Rest in peace, Ditto. He's not dead, but he's also not here. I can say whatever the fuck I want. Not only is it Booty Isle, but it has snakes. His favorite island and his favorite animal. All right, blue dapple snake and a gold snake. Oh, and you're okay. No, that's not it. That's not intended. We just got really lucky there. Hi. And yeah, calm down, guys. All right. Hmm? Okay, I'm not sure what that musical sting was, but yeah. So yeah, I would say they've almost become too easy. I still think, they should. I think it would still be fun, to have like 2 different contract types, where it's like a contract for supplies or something like that, and you would be given like fruit crates, cannonball crates, wood crates, etc., etc. And it would be a large island, and you would be tasked to basically go around the island, and they would and like go to all the various barrels and stock up. I think that would be a fun way of bringing those back. So north to plunder. So yeah, the other merchant voyages are just, you know, your lost shipments and your cargo runs. But the cargo runs are weird because they're technically completed as soon as you get all the cargo from a particular NPC. Either some dude on an island, a sea post, or a regular outpost. So those don't actually count for commendations, so there's not a whole lot of reason to do cargo runs, unfortunately. Again, since you are schlepping around on cargo runs, because you're always being told to pick up stuff from one location and go to a different one, that would be another potential avenue for them to... Where's Foxy at? You still out? No. Somewhere. They're somewhere. Huh? I did not press anything. Weird. But yeah, giving you some crates on a cargo run, and basically just say like, yeah, hit up any islands in between and you know, fill up these crates and deliver them somewhere. I think that would be another way of reincorporating them into the game. But yeah, that's what they need to fix in the next. Yeah, apparently they just teleport into my arms. Those are what I think they need to fix. So just make Order of Souls more interesting. Bring back the other delivery types for merchants, because I actually really like merchants now. I like Order of Souls is terrible. It's my least favorite faction now. That said, I always did have a weird soft spot for merchants. I always did cargo runs to the Devil's Roar. That's how I power leveled merchants. I have fond memories of that, beating Ditto to Pirate Legends, even though I started way after him. That's one of the ways I did it. Gold Hoarders is always a good time. Yeah, just ain't no reason to do a ghost wave. Also, so okay, so the Chest of Fortune was originally added to the Fort of Fortune, which made sense, and then they added it to the Fort of the Damned, which sucked because Fort of the Damned is always a hot zone for shitty activity, and it just made it even more desirable for people to fuck with you. Now, fleets have been replaced with the Fleet of Fortune. It's no more or less difficult. It's just that the last galleon, the galleon will drop a Chest of Fortune. That's all there is to it. Do I actually need to bring it to the merchants, or... Yeah. And it's smart enough to be like, oh, hey, the delivery needs to be taken to Plunder. So the only problem with the Fleet of Fortune is that the fleet, as I complained previously, is always dead center in the map. And that'll stay around until someone does it. And of course, what always happens is as soon as you decide to do it, some fucker comes up right as you're fighting the galleon, which takes forever, because unlike ghost ships, which have, you know, they just take a fixed amount of hits every time, skeletons actually have AI skeletons to repair the holes in those ships, and the galleons have way more skeletons than a galleon will have players, or a sloop for that matter. So sinking a skeleton galleon just takes for fucking ever. So it takes a long time, and then you usually get sniped right at the end of it. So you pretty much just want to grab the chest of fortune and fucking bug out there. Problem is, there's other good stuff that you might want. Like, we should probably raise that. There you go. There's other stuff like barnacled chests that you might want, which come from skeleton sloops and galleons, as well as shipwrecks. So I'm not the chest of fortune is honestly my least favorite mechanic in the game right now. Less than Fort of the Damned itself, and less than, you know, the current state of Order of Souls. And that's saying a lot. And then you can see the factions that don't actually have stuff for them. You can see special voyages. You can start random voyages. Here's where the Legend of the Sunken Kingdom is. Limited events and limited time voyages, special things. Now the shitty thing is, I dread to think of how many levels I wasted doing PvP, and it being capped at 30. Because you fucking power level those factions when you're doing that. I did switch over to, I was doing it at the time that guilds came out, so I did end up pouring a lot of that into the guild, and you'll notice that we're 51 now, so I've gotten both the navigator and chef commendations out of the way, and when Ida gets around to joining us, you know, you'll be able to get a chef uniform just by joining the guild, so that's exciting. But they also got rid of, because fucking gunpowder kegs can't be delivered anymore. And again, with Skeleton Fort loot tables adjusted, you no longer get stronghold kegs, and there's no more voyage for black powder or whatever. In exchange, you can do cursed treasure voyages and Skull of Destiny voyages for free. So starting Fort of the Damned is super easy now. Actually kind of makes it weird that ritual skulls are still in the game, because they take so much more work to get all the flames. So you may as well just do a search for the Skull of Destiny, which just brings you to an island, and you dig it up, and then you're done, and then you can start a Fort of the Damned. But because shit is capped, I actually can't do 2 of these, because they unlock at 40 and 50 respectively. It's the same for every faction. So the Athenas is in a weird state where they have made improvements to it. Actually, they just updated the Voyage of Legends, so that now instead of a full... So the interesting thing about Athena is, because it's kind of the end game faction, and the expectation is that you'll get to 50 with 3 factions, whether that's Hunter's Call, Gold Hoarders, Order of Souls Merchants, or Reapers. So these guys are meant to be competitive against the Reapers, but also kind of PvPe, in their own way, but they also are like a combination of everything else. The Voyage of Legends would always give you gold hoarder stuff to do, like treasure maps, riddles, skeleton bounties. Thankfully, no ghost ships, as far as I'm aware. And I don't think it would give you merchant objectives necessarily. So you go on a Voyage of Legends. It used to be 8 objectives. You would get very little loot, and it would just take a long time. Now you only get 3 objectives, and you get decent loot. So you'll typically get like maybe a buried treasure map, a riddle map, and go fight some skeletons for Athena loot. And the Voyage of Legends is actually pretty fun to do. It's still not as profitable as Legend of the Veil, but if you think about Legend of the Veil, you've got fighting ghosts on an island. That's Order of Soulsy. You've got the shipwreck graveyard, which is merchanty, like the lost shipments, and then you've got the riddle maps, the 3 different puzzle types from Suds, which is gold hoardersy, and then you end up fighting ghost ships, which aren't part of the Voyage of Legends. So you kind of get a little bit of everything. I think they designed that in a rather clever way, and the fact that Athena loot is always in demand. You're actually more likely to be attacked by Athena players than Reapers in many occasions. Although playing with Foxy and Miz the other day, we literally just started a Voyage of Legends, got our first treasure chest of 3 items, then immediately got attacked by some Reapers who were selling at the hideout. After doing a Fort of the Damned, they just saw us and decided to go full aggro while we were doing our second island, and there wasn't much we could do. We were on land. I did grab our stuff though, and I buried it after we sunk, so the map bundle spawned on the ship across the world, and unless they saw me bury it, they weren't able to dig it up. So all they got was like a grade 2 or grade 3 flag at best. So fuck those guys. They got fucked. Yeah, I suppose to kind of wrap things up for tonight, we could do a cheeky raid voyage. I think I'm currently working towards. I want to get Distinction 1 for the gold hoarders. I'll show off a cool cosmetic thing that they added for the gold hoarders, because they've added some new trinkets for everybody. And then they've added some costumes, which, as Cthulhu's discovered the other day. At least I think it was Cthulhu who figured that out. Gold Hoarder shipmate plushie. That the costumes do not actually wipe out your cosmetics, which is much appreciated. Which makes where is it here? 3rd page. Yeah, there's a 3rd page. Which makes this outfit is very like Assassin's Creed vibe. I really, really want to get this. I have a very bad feeling though it's going to take out my hairline, and a lot of the hats do that, and I can't stand it. So we'll see if I end up using that or not. But I think it looks very fancy, and that'll be a nice reward once I reach 100. While we're here, may as well check out the stuff from the other factions. Order of Souls is a little weird because they don't have they have a plushie, but they don't have a trinket. Instead, they have the mirror, which you hang on a wall. So people have been trying to fill out their little trinket shelf. Cthulhu was looking at this, and he was saying that looks like a blindfold, which I think would be pretty cool. There are some premium cosmetics that have that kind of aesthetic, so it's nice to be able to get some of these really cool looks just through normal game progression. Oh, do I have a promotion I can buy? No. That icon is throwing me off. It makes me think that there's something new when there isn't. And then this is if you want to be East India Trading Company man from Pirates of the Caribbean. Beckett? Whatever his name is, I forget. All right. Let's sell these fish. Oh, and doing any of the roid voyages? Raid voyages gives you new reskinned versions of classic loot, which is worth like twice as much. So you'll get like black colored sailors chests, which are equivalent to seafarers or marauders chests. I forget which. They use the same model, they're just colored black instead of brown. And then each faction, once you reach a certain tier of raid voyage, yeah, we'll do an Athena one, and then we'll get our first thing here. So gold hoarders have reliquaries, merchants have scrolls. The Order of Souls has the Eye of Souls, which is like a green glowing orb. And Athena's has a talisman. And then they also added new loot for the skeleton lord voyages, where you get effigies. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that just goes all the way over there. Okay. You get effigies of the skeleton lord that you defeated. Yeah, so like I said, it's not going to spawn on the same server. You always have to dive to it. There were some issues up until this patch where you could dive to a raid and another player would already be there. That was not intentional, thankfully. However, with the new diving mechanic to raids and stuff like that, as well as voyages, it does put you on another server and it keeps your emissary flag. They've basically put using the Pirates of the Caribbean portal hopping thing, where you would go into the portal and then cancel the tall tale, and it would spit you out on another server. Now you can just dive while keeping your emissary flag. So what some Reapers are doing is they're just diving to various voyages to hop servers when they're grade 5, seeing if there are any emissaries on the server. When they check their map, then they find the emissary and then go and attack them. So, but at the same time, there's less desire to fuck with other people unless you are a Reaper, because why would you attack someone at Skeleton Fort when you can just create your own, you know? So it's kind of created an environment where only Reapers would be harassing people, which is nice, which is appreciated. Athena players might still do it if they see a Veil of the Ancients going down. You gotta remember, that's the end game, so those people are usually pretty proficient at PvP themselves because they've just played enough. I remember when Kirsten and I would often play this, we concluded that Athena players would oftentimes be more aggressive than Reapers in a lot of cases. I feel like that dynamic has changed this season, but excuse you. I think that little lighting effect is them all despawning. Why do I hear... I thought I heard bubbling, as if we sprung a leak. Whee! So they haven't really changed... Oh, hi. They haven't changed much of the composition of the raids themselves. They have better balanced things for ship sizes. I forget the specific one. I know there was one that was kind of huge. And there was something else I was going to mention on a similar note, but I've forgotten it. Oh, I also need to correct myself. I think the last time I streamed this, I was talking about the eye colors of shadow skeletons meaning something. That's not the case. It's just like the different colored bandanas of skeletons. I don't know if it's dependent on the region or their perceived difficulty or the island they're at. And I knew that when you're doing like an Athena voyage, stuff does tend to have more HP. Yeah, the only way you can recognize when a wraith skeleton is active or not is just based on whether or not they are like translucent. I need to take a look at the voyage list again, because I think there was one more thing I wanted to say on the topic of voyages. When I was talking about rebalancing for crew size. Uh-oh, that was weird. I was mashing click, but for some reason it held it. Foxy's having a bad time. Those are plants. So the plant skeletons actually take increased damage from swords. They only take 2 hits. Just like how the gold skeletons, once they're wet, get instantly killed by gunfire. And your swords will bounce off them. I see you. Okay. The accuracy of the blunderbuss is always a little suspect. Oh, hi. Let's try and leave that keg intact, shall we? Oh, shot your friend right in the back. Ooh, okay. Let's try and lead you guys out here. Because I would like to keep those kegs for later. Alright. Sorry, Foxy. Has to be done. They're all up there. Oh. Whew. So, not the final wave, second last wave, yeah. Feel like we're getting close. This should be the Ashen Wave, right? Yeah. I'll just wait for you guys to come around the corner. So this is basically the only place to fight Keymasters anymore. If you are still going for that commendation. Okay, bye. Kaboom! Oh, fuck. Well, is there another one? That is. Yes. I'm surprised he has so much health left. Oh, that works. And he sent me right over to a keg. Okay, bye. Alright, so we got our skeleton orders, stronghold key, and a skull. There we go. Now, one thing I wish they would change is, so they still give you an empty, collector's chest so that you can hoover up some of this stuff here. But then there's 3 things up here, and they just don't give you a collector's chest for them. It's just a weird half gesture. I'm not sure why they do it. Yes, this is the Talisman of Great Fortunes. So yeah, they've made it a lot easier to just start up a session, you know, dive to something, you know, get your session started, get some emissary, like right off the bat, do something easy. Now, if you dive, you do lose all the loot you have on your ship. You keep any supply crates you have, but loot that you would sell goes away. So you can't dive freely. You also keep your emissary grade. Hence the Reaper tactic that I mentioned earlier. That was a really loud rumble from the storm there. So, if you do start off with a dive, you pretty much want to not dive after that or sell after every voyage that you do. And depending on the voyages that you start off with, that may or may not be a good idea. Because I know some people don't bother selling anything until they get grade 5, but not every voyage is going to get you there. Yeah, there's some gold piles here. I don't remember the gold piles. Honestly. from regular emergent skeleton forts, which do still spawn, by the way. The problem is you have no way of identifying that. I think it'd be a quick fix. Just color the skull with the faction. Like yellow for the gold hoarders, purple Order of Souls, blue for the merchants, and maybe make the entire skull green for Athena. So like I said, we are guaranteed a rag and bone crate. I'm not going to deliver this because it's not worth it. But it's wild treasures. It's the other side of the world. But if someone does happen across it, I dug it up, so if they do deliver it, it'll count as stolen. I spent a long time grinding for those. You know what? I'll take it with me, nonetheless. You can also sell them to the Reapers. Maybe I should have picked a different place to drop all this, but it's fine. I'm also not going to bother taking these skulls with me because I don't really care about gold. Where did the other one die? There he is. Ashen Guardian notes. And this Ashen Guardian specifically does not drop a key because of the presence of the Keymaster. Which is weird. Because you then still run into situations where you get Ashen chests all the time from skeleton ships. But they removed the Ashen Key and Ashen Chest voyages. I guess the answer... Maybe that's why I got so many Ashen Keys from fishing. Maybe they increased the rate at which they appear. So if you get an Ashen Chest from a skeleton ship, the answer is... Oh, speaking of useless. Ritual skulls. Maybe they made it... Not a doggo, Ida. It's a foxo. Well, come on in, buddy. How did Roundabout go? Did you make a lot of progress? See, I was playing with Foxy the other day, and I had an idea before I got the Fox to let them pick out an outfit. But unfortunately, unlike all the other pets in the game, foxes don't have costumes yet, which is a bummer. So that'll have to wait for another time. Oh, nice. Yeah, see, the thing about Roundabout, whenever I see it, is I never know where people are in it. I enjoyed it quite a lot, but in my playthrough, I only ever got as far as the city, and then I just moved on to something else, even though I know it's probably a very short game. Even when I played it during my my birthday stream like 2 years ago, while Becca was there, I only really got to the exact same point where I left anyway. Well, I guess we're sailing into that storm. Oh, this is also something that the spawn rate for skeletons, skeleton ships, megalodons, and sharks have skyrocketed for no good reason. So like pretty much anytime you complete a voyage or a raid, you're almost guaranteed to be attacked by one of these guys, and it sucks. How am I not hitting those guys? Those look like fairly clean shots. Oh, I got hit by a cursed cannonball. I don't know what it's doing. See? Hi. Excuse you. I'm a little busy here, Meggie. A little busy. Are they actually shooting at the Meg? I know that can happen. Oh, they're also, the last patch, added some core functionality as well as optimized, like the game's database and stuff with some new Microsoft things. So, there are server authoritative hit markers now. So anytime I see a hit marker, it's guaranteed to be a registration. So there are no client-side errors, thankfully. And again, red hit marker means I killed a thing. White hit marker means I've damaged a thing. And then the music sting just means that I hit the ship. Or the Meg, I guess. And I need to get roundabout for Steam, honestly. Again, that's one of those games I had for the PS4. Oh, and now that you're here, Ida, I mentioned this earlier, but I got the guilds to level 40. So now when you play, you'll automatically get access to a chef's hat, as well as an apron and some other themed cosmetics, some trousers and some flippy floppies. Not sure why the chef would be wearing flip-flops. Seems like an accident waiting to happen. Don't cook any pork. You'll burn your feeties with the grease spatter. That should do him in, right? I like how the Meg hasn't attacked us once. There he goes. Okay, you sank over there. You can wait your turn. So, like, if I were to jump in the water right now and just hang out there for, like, a few seconds, we get a shark. And then if I hung out for, like, 30 seconds, we'd have 2 sharks. I feel like I'm still hearing water. No, we're good. Did I turn us in the right direction? That's not the loot. Those are the barrels. Oh no, they're all together. Well, the storm is leaving Sanctuary, so that's cool. See, I'd fight the Meg if it had a chance to drop like a shipwrecked chest or something. That would be appealing. Oh, see, speak of the devil, we got a ashen chest, no key. And even though skeleton captain chests have barnacles on them, they do not count as shipwreck chests. This Mega's surprisingly chill. Oh, hi. Oh, he's not even attacking. He's just despawning. Yeah, they changed some weird shit with the Megalodon AI like a couple seasons ago, and they just seldom attack now. I am terrified that I'm gonna run into a shrouded ghost and it's gonna be weird and keep its distance and I won't be able to kill it. And a server merge. Everything's popping off. Because I learned that apparently one of the reasons for the strange Megalodon behavior is that there are only specific spawning and quote-unquote hunting grounds for the Megalodons. So if you do venture outside that space, that's what triggers them to despawn, or at least keep their distance until they despawn, until you go back over to them. But you also have to avoid getting too close to an island, or that will cause them to stop fighting you. So it's sorcery. Also, thank you for the hydrate mod. Welcome in, buddy. Let's see if mod notices. How close is that? I might be having a secret surprise collab. Alright, that should do it. And that will remain locked. Right, we can just... We'll just leave that on the dock for someone. There we go. Can we be cool? Fuck. No, we can't. I knew I didn't hit the space bar in time. Oh well, we tried. Whoop. How you doing, Mon? Woo. I am an idiot. I forgot to raise my emissary flag before we sailed on that voyage. Cool. And that was a lot of money that could have counted toward the leaderboard this month, which is something I'm actively trying to complete with only one day remaining, which means I'm gonna have a lot of grinding tomorrow. Joy. Ooh, nice. Oh, there was also some kind of exploit, so they reduced the value of a bunch of Athena loot. The Chalice Skull and the Creative Legendary Voyages. This Chalice is probably just gonna get us like 800 or something like that. No, it's not even registering. Weird. Well, that was embarrassing. See, before stream. Yeah, I didn't even. If I totally would have been in this tier if I had not done that. Are you judging me? No, you wouldn't do that. All right. Well, it was the real ritual of the lame. In the end, it was me. It was me all along. Me also just realizing that there's like a whole bunch of commendations for doing things with the skeleton curse on. Wrong chest. It is Sans time. With the loud fucking footsteps. Is it under here? Oh, we can do that one. Enter the Tavern of Legends. That's all PvP related. Yeah, I may as well do that. Oh my god, those footsteps are so obnoxious. I don't know how anyone can actually use this. Just the bone on wood? Ugh. I don't like it. Yeah. I just like the aesthetic, honestly. Let's go. Oh no, they've got a taste. They've got a taste for the bones. No, run. We escaped. Not some VTuber's chew toy. I think the Tavern of Legends might refer to...
You've done well to make it here.
You should probably say like, hey, you're a fucking skeleton. I'm not letting you into our super secret clubhouse. Howdy. Hi, ghosts. Hello. Yar. Yeah. Literally, you can't contain it. All right, what else we got? Skeleton, C4 Captain, Heart of Fire, C4, Fish Bones. Yeah, that I need to work on because that's such an uncommon thing. Fish bones are one of the treacherous plunder. Basically, like a fail state when you're fishing without a hook. It's very similar to the squid lord from Etrian Odyssey 3. I forget what they called it. Ghost ship battle. Mm, do, do, do. We get aboard a skeleton ship. That's kind of... Ooh, Captain Flameheart. Firework. I also want to take one more look at the voyage table to see if I can remember that thing I forgot earlier before we move on to Like a Dragon. Because now that mod's here, it's time to get some catfish. How do you even get Flameheart fireworks? You'd think that they wouldn't just sell those, right? You'd think. You'd think. No, resources. Villainous foes, or gimme. You know what's a damn shame is that one of the cursey emotes isn't like playing yourself like a xylophone. Real missed opportunity there. There should be extra unlockable emotes for the curses. Like a second page if you reach like 200 or something like that. Because again, the PvP, the rewards are sparse. I got to, so I went from 44 to 95 during the community weekend, and then I had to grind out the last 5 levels at regular speed, and oh god, that was terrible. Flameheart. There we go. Hello. Oh, you wanna run away from the big mean skeleton man? Don't worry, Foxy. I got you. Goodbye! Here we go. Here, you can have a taste. All right. Can I feed? I know pets will eat meat out of your hands. I don't know if they'll eat other things. Wait, didn't we have no meat in here? No. Oh, yay, banana! There you go. There you go. One more for the road? Yeah. All right, let's see if I can jog my memory. Oh, yes. Vaults. They have scaled the time you have to complete a vault based on your ship size or the number of players that you have. So it is entirely possible to get all the chests very easily and solve the puzzle. Playing on a galleon, I was actually able to get everything out of the vault, including all the gold piles, which was pretty crazy. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's everything I wanted to cover for the update. We'll play more of this again soon, but probably just a chill like hang out, stream, do whatever. There we go. Maybe go fishing. Fishing for fish bones. Maybe. That's an idea. Fishbone fishing stream. Because that could take a long time. Alright. Moving on from that.